Hi, in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the follow-up feature that was available to you in Microsoft Outlook. While there is no follow-up feature in Gmail, there are several different ways that you can set yourself some reminders to follow up on emails. So what we can do is we can look at doing snoozing an email, tasks, or a nudge feature from Gmail. So the first thing that you can do if you have an email that you would like to come back to at a later time when you have more time to deal with it, or maybe you've had an answer, the first thing that you can do is snooze the email to come back to you. And what you're going to do to that is from the email message if you have it open, you can click this little clock that has a snooze. And what that will do is when you click that, it pops up with some preset times, or you can pick a date and time that you would like for it to snooze. And then it takes the message out of your inbox. You won't see it. It's not listed on a calendar anywhere, but then it will put that message back into your inbox as an unread message at the set date and time that you pick. So that's one way to do it, but it doesn't necessarily give you any visual reminder anywhere within Gmail or Outlook that you have, or Gmail or your calendar, that you have this item to follow up on. The second way that you can set kind of a follow-up or a task reminder is to go to the button right next to it, add to tasks. I like doing it from the email message itself because it pulls some of the information and will link the email. When you click this button, it pops over your tasks up here. It puts the subject of the email message, email follow-up. You can type some additional notes if you want. And then you can pick a date and time that you want to follow up on. So maybe I just want to follow up at this, later today because I'm about to head into a meeting at 11 o'clock. You can set a repeat if you want. And then when you click OK, it adds it to a list of email follow-up. I need to do this. I can also go over to my calendar, and I see now on my calendar that I also have an email follow-up task on my calendar. When I've completed it, I can mark it as completed, and then I know that that is done. So that's one way to also do that. And then you can see that the email follow-up was completed. So that's a second way, and that would give you a more visual reminder. You can always pop out these taskbars and see the tasks that you have to do, as well as go over to your calendar and see those tasks that you want to do. The final thing that might be helpful, and this is more of a kind of a background thing, it's not something that you would actively do, but you can turn on the nudge feature in Gmail. So if you go to your settings, see all settings, and then in this first general tab, if you scroll down a little ways, there is this nudges feature. And what Google will do is in the background, it'll kind of keep track of your email, and the AI system will read your emails, and it will suggest emails to reply to. So if somebody sends you a message and asks for a reply and you don't do it, it'll kind of push that back to the top of your inbox and say, hey, do you need to reply to this? It will also suggest emails to follow up on. So if you sent an email and asked for a reply by a specific date and you haven't heard back from someone, then it will nudge after a few days that you maybe want to follow up with them to get that response. Again, that's not something that you actively do. Gmail or Google is running that in the background. Some people find it helpful, some people find it annoying, but another way to kind of have follow-up tasks. I hope that helps. If you have any questions about follow-up features, please let me